British. James Rennell, first Surveyor General of Bengal in 1767. Company paintings. Patna Kalam emerged under patronage of the East India Company. Relief of Lucknow by Thomas Jones Barker. In Memoriam by Joseph Noel Patton. Kali Ghat painting in Calcutta. 1608. William Hawkins on ship Hector reached Surat, met Jahangir. Hawkins married to daughter of an Armenian Christian named Mubarak Shah. English ship Dragon and Oceander under Captain Best successfully fought Portuguese fleet. Jahangir allowed English to establish a factory at Surat under Thomas Aldworth. 1613. 1599. EIC was called Merchant Adventurers, later became Governor and Company of Merchants of London trading into the East Indies. Bombay given to EIC in 1668 by Portuguese. Golden Farman issued to them by Sultan of Golconda 1632. Them is British. Three villages, Sutanuti, Gobindpur and Kalighat merged as Fort William in 1700 with Sir Charles Eyre as its first president. Farrukhsiyar gave three famous farmans to the company. 1613. First factory at Surat. 1615. Thomas Row at Jahangir's court. Charter Act of 1813. Company's monopoly of trade in China except tea ended. Warren Hastings. Ring fence policy. Creating buffer zones to defend company's frontiers. Wellesley, Governor General 1798 to 1805. Subsidiary alliance states Hyderabad, Mysore, Tanjore, Awadh, Peshwa, Bhonsle, Sindhia, Jodhpur, Jaipur, Macheri, Bundi, and Bharatpur. Holkars were the last Maratha confederation to accept the subsidiary alliance in 1818. Dalhousie's doctrine of lapse annexed Satara in 1848, Jhansi and Nagpur in 1854. Dalhousie 1848 to 56. John Lawrence 1864 to 1869, Governor General, policy of masterly inactivity. Auckland 1836, forward policy, protect boundary of British India from Russian attack. Tripartite Treaty 1838, Shah Shuja Ranjit Singh, British for Sindh. Lytton, Lord Lytton 1876, policy of proud reserve, safeguarding spheres of influence. Lord Canning's General Service Enlistment Act 1856. Religious Disabilities Act 1856, which modified Hindu customs. British Parliament 1858 passed an act for the better government of India. Army Amalgamation Scheme 1861, Linked Battalion Scheme. Conservative brand of liberalism, Thomas Metcalfe. Complete non-interference in the traditional structure of Indian society. Linlithgow, Viceroy during Second World War. First cotton mill, 1853, in Bombay by Kovasji Nanaboy. First jute mill, 1855, in Rishra. Wars. Battle of Plassey, 1757. Battle of Buxar, 1764. Mir Qasim, Nawab of Awadh and Shah Alam II were defeated by English under Hector Munro. Robert Clive, Treaty of Allahabad, 1765, granted Diwani rights of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa to English. First Anglo-Mysore War, 1767 to 69. English and Heather on 1769. Treaty of Madras. Treaty of Madras is on 1769. Second Anglo-Mysore War, 1780 to 84. Treaty of Mangalore, 1782. Third Anglo-Mysore War, 1790 to 92. Treaty of Seringapatam, 1792. Fourth Anglo-Mysore War, 1799. First Anglo-Maratha War, 1775 to 82. Treaty of Purandar, 1776. Raghunath Rao and Upton. Treaty of Salbai, 1782, by Hastings and by Fadnavis. Second Anglo-Maratha War, 1803-1805. Treaty of Bassein, 1802. Peshwa accepted subsidiary alliance. Third Anglo-Maratha War, 1817 to 1819. Treaty of Amritsar, 1809, between Ranjit Singh and the British. First Anglo-Sikh War, 1845 to 46. Treaty of Lahore, 1846, and Treaty of Bhairovall. Second Anglo-Sikh War, 1848 to 49. Hastings defeated Gorkhas, Nepalis. Treaty of Sagoli, 1816. First Burma War, 1824 to 26. 1826 Treaty of Yandabu. Second Burma War, 1852, and Third Burma War, 1885. Young husband with Tibetans. Lord Young husband with Tibetans. Treaty of Lhasa, 1904. First Anglo-Afghan War, 1839 to 1842. Second Anglo-Afghan War, 1870 to 80. Treaty of Gandamak, 1879. Durand Line, 1893, between Afghan and British territories. Conquest of Sindh, 1843, by Lord Ellenborough. Colonial countries. Prince Henry of Portugal was called navigator. Treaty of Tordesillas, 1494. Portugal and Spain divided the non-Christian world. Vasco da Gama, led by a Gujarati pilot, Abdul Majid, reached Calicut in 1498. Pedro Alvarez Cabral established factory at Calicut in 1500. Francisco de Almeida's policy, Blue Water Policy, also called Carthage System. Alfonso de Albuquerque, real founder of Portuguese power. He acquired Goa from Sultan of Bijapur in 1510. 1503. Establishment of first Portuguese fort at Cochin. 1579. Akbar refused Goa to send two priests. Akbar requested Goa to send two priests, Rodolfo Acquaviva and Antonio Monserrate. Shah Jahan. Advantages Portuguese enjoyed in the Mughal court were lost forever. Dutch. First factory at Masulipatam, 1605. Captured Nagapattam, main stronghold in South India. English defeated Dutch, Battle of Hooghly, 1759. Colbert founded Compagnie des Indes Orientales, French East India Company, 1664. 1667, Francois Caron set up a factory in Surat. Pondicherry founded by Francois Martin, 1674. Treaty of Ryswick, 1697, restored Pondicherry to French from Dutch. First Carnatic War, 1740 to 48. Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle, Madras back to English and French got their territories in North America. Second Carnatic War, 1749 to 54. French supported the claims of Muzaffar Jung and Chanda Sahib. French defeated Anwaruddin at the Battle of Ambur in 1749. Third Carnatic War, 1758 to 63. Battle of Vandewash, 1760. General Ayercourt defeated French under Delally. Treaty of Peace of Paris, 1763. English became supreme European power in the Indian subcontinent. Dutch defeated by English, Battle of Bidar, 1759. Danish East India Company, 1616, and in 1620 founded a factory at Tranquebar, principal settlement at Serampur. Danish East India Company reached India in 1616. 1947, Russia announced a Zadanov thesis as an answer to the Marshall Plan. Royalty. Khafi Khan gave the title of Shah-e-Bekhabar to Bahadur Shah I. Jahandar Shah introduced Izara system. 1739. Nadir Shah defeated Mughals in Battle of Karnal. Udham Bai, given the title of Qibla-e-Alam, ruled instead of Ahmad Shah. Alamgir II. During his reign, the Battle of Plassey fought in 1759. Shah Alam II. The Battle of Panipat 1761 and Battle of Buxar 1764. Third Battle of Panipat 1761. Akbar II gave title of Raja to Ram Mohan Roy. In 1835, coins bearing names of Mughal emperors were stopped. Ranjit Singh of Sukar Chakia Misl conquered Lahore in 1799 and Amritsar in 1802. Chatuspathis or tolls were centers of higher education. Asaf-ud-Daula built Bada Imam Bada in 1784. Savai Jaisingh built Jaipur and 5 astronomical observatories at Delhi, Jaipur, Banaras, Mathura and Ujjain. He also prepared Jeej Muhammad Shahi for astronomy. This is a book, Jeej Muhammad Shahi. Bandai, liberal, and Tat Khalsa, orthodox. 12 important missiles: Ahluwalia, Bhangi, Dallewalia, Fazullah Puria, Kanhaiya, Krora Singhia, Nakai Nishaniya, Fulakiya, Ramgadiya, Sukar Chakiya, and Shahid. Contractual obligations were called Ikarnamas. Spies were called Goyandas. Revolts and uprisings. Sannyasi Revolt 1763 to 1800. Disastrous famine and harsh economic order. Devi Chodrani, important leader. Revolt in Midnapur and Dalbhum 1766 to 74. Damodar Singh and Jagannath Dhal. Revolt of Muammariyas 1769 to 99. Burkan Dazis, demobilized soldiers. Revolt of Raja of Vizianagaram 1794. Revolt of Dhundia in Bidnur 1799 to 1800. Dhundia Bagh. Resistance of Kerala Varma Azhasi Raja 1797. Known as Kerala Simham. Civil rebellion in Awadh 1799 by Wazir Ali Khan. Uprisings in Ganjam and Gumsur 1800. Strikar Bhanj. Uprisings in Palamau 1800 to 2. Bhukan Singh. Polygar's Revolt 1795 to 1805. Katta Boman Nayakan. Diwan Velu Thampi's Revolt 1808-1809. Kundar Proclamation for Rebellion. Parla Kimedi Outbreak 1813 to 34. Under Narayan Deo defeated by George Russell. Kutch or Kutch Rebellion 1816 to 1832. Maharaja Bharmal II. Rising at Bareilly 1816 under Mufti Muhammad Evaz. Upsurge in Hathras 1817 by Dayaram and Bhagwant Singh. Paika Rebellion Jagbandhu Vidyadhar 1817. Vaghera Rising 1818 to 1820. Ahom Revolt 1828. Gomdhar Konwar and Maharaja Purandar Singh. Surat Salt Agitations 1844. Kolhapur and Savantwadi Revolts 1840s. Phone Savant, Subana Nikam, Gadkari's a hereditary military class of Maratha. Farezi Revolt 1838 to 1857 by Shariat Allah for religious changes. Vellore Mutiny of 1806. 1857 Revolt. Delhi. General Bakht Khan, Kanpur. Nana Sahib. Begum Hazrat Mahal and Birjis Qadir in Lucknow. Bareilly Khan Bahadur, Bihar. Kumar Singh, Maulvi Ahmadullah, Faizabad. Lakshmi Bai, Jhansi. Shahamal at Barot or Bagpat. Nana Sahib escaped to Nepal. R.C. Majumdar. Large parts of the country remained unaffected. Jawaharlal Nehru considered the revolt of 1857 as essentially a feudal uprising. Ler Rees, a war of fanatic religionists against Christians. T.R. Holmes saw in it a conflict between civilization and barbarism. Marxist interpretation: 1857 was a struggle of the soldier peasant democratic combine against foreign imperialism as well as indigenous landlordism. Tribal movements: Pahadiya's rebellion 1778 for their land Damin-e-Kol. Chuar uprising 1766 or revolt of Jungle Mahal, Durjan Singh in Bengal. Coal mutiny 1831, Chota Nagpur by Buddho Bhagat. Ho and Munda uprisings 1820 to 1837, Ulugulan by Birsa Munda. Santhal rebellion 1855 to 56, Sidhu and Kanu. Naikada movement 1860s, Kond uprising 1837 to 1856, Chakra Bisoi in Andhra Pradesh. Khonda Dora campaign by Kora Malaya 1900. Koya revolts 1886 by Raja Antayar and Toma Sora operation by police and moneylenders. Koli uprising 1829 to 48. Kharwar rebellion 1870s in Bihar. Bhil revolt in 1870 to 19. Govind Guru for a Bhil Raj by 1913. Bhuyan and Juang rebellion by Ratna Nayak and Dharni Dhar Nayak 1867 to 68. Tana Bhagat movements 1914 to 15 by Jatra Bhagat, Balram Bhagat. Rampa revolts by Alluri Sitaram Raju of Koyas 1916 to 24. Gond uprising 1940s. Khasi uprising by Tirath Singh in 1833. Ahoms revolt 1828 to 33. Singhfo's rebellion 1830s by Nirang Fidu. Kukis revolt 1917 to 19. Zelia Song movement 1920 by Zemi, Liang Mei and Rong Mei tribes. Naga movement 1905 to 31 by Jado Nang. Heraka cult 1830s by Gadin Liu, Kabui Naga Association formed in 1946. Socio-cultural movements: Bethune School founded by J.E.D. Bethune. Charles Woods Dispatch on Education 1854 for female education. Ramabai Ranade Ladies Social Conference, Bharat Mahila Parishad 1904. Pandita Ramabai Saraswati founded the Arya Mahila Samaj. Mehribai Tata 1925. National Council of Women. Cornelia Sarabji, India's first lady barrister. All India Women's Conference AIWC, Margaret Cousins 1927. First women's organization with an egalitarian approach. Bala Shastri Jambekar, newspaper Darpan 1832. Father of Marathi journalism 1840. Started Digdarshan, founded Bombay Native General Library and started Native Improvement Society. First professor of Hindi at the Elphinstone College. Farezi movement 1818. Haji Shariatullah and Dudumia. 1924. Vaikom Satyagrah temple entry movement led by K.P. Kesav. Voka Lig Sangh 1905. Singh Sabha movement 1873. Akali movement 1921. Gurdwara reform movement, offshoot of Singh Sabha movement. Sikh Gurdwaras Act in 1922 gave the control of Gurdwaras to Sikh masses, administered through Shiromani Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee (SGPC) as the apex body. Kunwarji Mehta and Kalyanji Mehta Patidar Yuvak Mandal. Zamindari Association or Landholders Society and 1843 Bengal British India Society. Merged into 1851 British Indian Association. 1866 East India Association Dadabhai Nauroji. 1875 Indian League Cecil Kumar Ghosh. 1876 Indian Association of Calcutta Indian National Association Surendranath Banerjee and Anand Mohan Bose. 1885 Bombay Presidency Association Badruddin Tyabji, Firoz Shah Mehta and K.T. Telan. 1884 Madras Mahajan Sabha M. Virara Gavchari, B. Subramania Iyer and P. Anand Charlu. 1906 All India Muslim League by Aga Khan, Nawab Salimullah, Nawab Mohsin ul Mulk and Nawab Wakar ul Mulk. Radha Swami Movement Tulsi Ram aka Shiv Dayal Sahib 1861. Sarla Devi Chaudhrani, Bharat Sri Mandal 1910. First major Indian women's organization set up by women. B.R. Ambedkar, All India Scheduled Castes Federation and led Mahad Satyagraha, Depressed Classes Movement, 1924. Established Bahishkrit Hitkarni Sabha in 1924. Journal Bahishkrit Bharat, 1927. Reformist movements: Brahmo Samaj, Pradhana Samaj, Aligarh movement. Revivalist movements: Arya Samaj and the Deoband. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, gift to monotheists, precepts of Jesus, translated into Bengali Vedas and Upanishads. 1814, Atmiya Sabha, or Society of Friends to propagate Vedant. Later Brahmo Samaj, 1828. Radhakanta Deb formed Dharma Sabha in 1830 to counter it. 1836, Bang Bhasha Prakashika Sabha by Ram Mohan Roy. Devendranath Tagore, father of Rabindranath Tagore. Tattva Bodhini Sabha, 1839. Adi Brahmo Samaj, National Paper, 1865. Tattva Bodhini Patrika and Indian Mirror with N.N. Sen. First Indian daily paper in English. Keshav Chandra Sen, Brahmo Samaj of India, 1866. Indian Reform Association, 1870. Anand Mohan Bose, disgusted followers of Keshav set up Sadharan Brahmo Samaj, 1878. Wrote Tattva Kaumudi, the Indian Messenger, the Sanjeevani, the Navya Bharat and Prabhasi. Pradhana Samaj, 1867. Atmaram Pandurang. N.G. Ranade joined it later. Henry Vivian Derozio, Young Bengal Movement, 1826. Society for Acquisition of General Knowledge. Hesperus, Calcutta Library Gazette. Jananvesan, India Gazette, East Indian. Vishnu Shastri Pandit founded Widow Remarriage Association, 1850s. D.K. Karve, Widow Remarriage Association, Indian Women's University. Nishkam Karma Math, Monastery of Disinterested Work, 1910. Dadoba Pandurang Mehtaji Durgaram, Paramhans Mandali, 1849. Manav Dharm Sabha, 1844. Jyotiba Phule wrote Sarvajanik Satya Dharma Gulamgiri. Satyashodak Samaj, 1873. Awarded the title Mahatma. Narayan Malhar Joshi, Social Service League, 1911. And All India Trade Union Congress, 1920. Ramakrishna Paramhans, aka Gadadhar Chattopadhyay, said, "As many faiths, so many paths. Service of man is the service of God." Vivekanand, Narendranath Datta. Ramakrishna Mission, 1897. Preacher of New Hinduism, Parliament of Religions held at Chicago in 1893. Arya Samaj, 1875. Dayanand Saraswati, aka Mool Shankar, Hindu race as the children of children, wrote Satyarth Prakash, gave back to the Vedas slogan. Satyarth Prakash is a journal or a newspaper. Gave back to the Vedas slogan. Arya Samaj fixed the minimum marriageable age at 25 years for boys and 16 years for girls. Behramji M. Malabari, Seva Sadan, 1885, led to the Age of Consent Act. Seva Sadan Society, Pune, 1908, by Ramabai Ranade and G.K. Devdar. Dev Samaj, 1887. Shiv Narayan Agnihotri wrote Dev Shastra. Brahma Bharat Dharma Mahamandal, 1902. Madan Mohan Malviya, G.K. Gokhale. Servants of India Society, 1905. G.K. Gokhale and M.G. Ranade. 1911, Weekly Hyderabad. Sri Narayan Guru Dharma Paripalan, SNDP movement or Ezava movement or Aravipuram movement, 1903, by Sri Narayan Guru. Kumaran Asan, disciple of Narayan Guru. Justice Movement, 1916. C.N. Mudaliar, T.M. Nair and P. Tyagaraja. South Indian Liberation Federation, SILF, was formed in 1916. Madras Presidency Association, 1917, E.V. Ramaswamy. Journals, Indian Patriot in English and Deshbhaktan in Tamil. Kuka Movement, 1840. Bhagat Jawahar Mal Siah Sahib and Bhagat Baba Ram Singh founded Namdhari Sikh sect. Religious purification, abolition of caste, discouraging consumption of meat and alcohol, intermarriages, widow remarriage. Ram Singh was deported to Rangoon. Nair Movement, 1891. C.V. Raman Pillai, K. Ramakrishna Pillai and M. Padmanabha Pillai. Self-Respect Movement, 1925. E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. Journal Kudi Arasu. Indian Social Conference, M.G. Ranade and Raghunath Rao, 1887. Theosophical Movement, New York City, 1875. Madam H.P. Blavatsky and M.S. Olcott, inspired by Indian thought and culture. Annie Besant, as its president, founded Central Hindu College in Banaras, 1898. Indian Women's Association, 1917, by Annie Besant. Wahhabi Waliullah Movement, 1850s. Abdul Wahab of Arabia and Shah Waliullah ideas. Return to the True Spirit of Islam by Sayyid Ahmad of Rai Bareli. Tayyuni Movement, 1839. Karamat Ali Jaunpuri opposed Farezi Movement. Ahmadiyya Movement, 1889. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, Mohammedan Renaissance. Sayyid Ahmad Khan and Aligarh Movement. Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College or Aligarh Muslim University at Aligarh in 1875. Sayyid's Magazine, Tehzeeb ul Akhlaq. Deoband Movement, 1866. Muhammad Qasim Nanotawi and Rashid Ahmad Gangohi opposed Sayyid Ahmad Khan. Rehnumai Mazdaya Snan Sabha, Religious Reform Association, 1851 by Nauroji Furdonji, Dadabhai Nauroji, K.R. Kama, S.S. Bengali. Journal Rast Goftar, 1851. Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, 1867 and Deccan Education Society, 1884. M.G. Ranade. Gopal Ganesh Agarkar, Deccan Education Society, first editor of Kesari, started Sudharak. Swami Sajanand, Swami Narayan Sampradayag, Veer Siya Lingam Pantulu, Madras Hindu Association, 1892. Kavartas Movement, 1897 by Kavartas, later Mahishas. Jati Nirdharani Sabha, 1897. David Hare, Hindu College, 1817. Students Literary and Scientific Society, 1848. B.G. Tilak, G.G. Agarkar, established Ferguson College, 1885. Peace and Movements. Indigo Revolt, 1859 to 60. Digambar and Bishnu Bishwas. Abna Agrarian Leagues, 1870s. Shah Chandra Roy, R.C. Dutt. Deccan Riots, 1874 by Maratha peasants. Pagalpanthis, 1825 by Karam Shah. T2 Mir's Movement, Narkel Beria Uprising, 1831, aka Mir Nathar Ali, disciple of Sayyid Ahmad. Mahmabilla Riots, 1836 to 1921. Mobla Uprising, 1921. Peasant Unrest of Malabar by Ali Musaliar and Varian Kunja Hamad Haji. Ramosi Risings, Ramosi Peasant Force, 1877, under Vasudev Balwant Phadke. Bastar Revolt, 1910. The United Provinces Kisan Sabha, 1918. Gauri Shankar Mishra and Indra Narayan Dwivedi. Eka Movement, 1921 by Madhari Pasi. Bardoli Satyagrah, 1928 by Patidar peasants under Vallabhbhai Patel. All India Kisan Congress Sabha, 1936, under Swami Sahajanand Saraswati and N.G. Ranga. 1933, India Peasants Institute. Tebhag Movement, 1946. Telangana Movement, 1946. Bakasht Movement, 1936. Legislative measures. Bengal Regulation, 1829, banning sati. Rajaram Mohan Roy. Bengal Regulations in 1795-1804, declaring infanticide illegal. Hindu Widows Remarriage Act, 1856. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Age of Consent Act, 1891, B.M. Malabari. Sarda Act, 1930. Special Marriage Act, 1954. Hindu Marriage and Divorce Act, 1954. Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, 1956. Maternity Benefit Act, 1961. Equal Remuneration Act, 1976. Child Marriage Restraint Amendment Act, 1978. Suppression of Immoral Traffic Act in Women and Girls, 1956, amended in 1986. Dowry Prohibition Act, 1961, amended in 1986. Indian Councils Act, 1892, members in Imperial Legislative Councils raised. Representation introduced. Seditious Meetings Act, 1907. Criminal Law Amendment Act, 1908. Indian Newspaper Incitement to Offences Act, 1908. Explosive Substances Act, 1908. Indian Press Act, 1910. Lord Minto and John Morley Minto reforms that became Indian Councils Act of 1909. Elected members in Imperial and Provincial Legislative Councils increased. Elected non-officials still in minority. Non-officials to be elected indirectly. Thus elections introduced for the first time. Separate electorates introduced for Muslims. Legislatures could pass resolutions, ask questions and supplementaries, vote separate items of the budget. One Indian to be on Viceroy's Executive Council, aimed at dividing the nationalist ranks and at rallying the moderates and the Muslims to the government's side. No responsibility entrusted to legislators. This resulted in thoughtless criticism sometimes. System of election was too indirect. Defense of India Act 1915 passed to deal with gun rights. Edwin Samuel Montagu, August Declaration of 1917, increased Indians in administration. 1918, Montagu-Chelmsford Montfort reforms. Based on these, Government of India Act 1919. Diarchy for the executive in provinces. 2 lists, reserved and transferred, for administration. Reserved subjects to be administered by governor through executive council and transferred subjects to be administered by ministers from legislative council. Extensive powers to governor General and Secretary of State for interference. Franchise expanded, powers also extended. Governor General to administer with an executive council of 8. 3 to be Indians. 2 lists of administration, central and provincial. Bicameral Central Legislature. Central Legislative Assembly as the lower house and Council of States as the upper house. Disorders Inquiry Committee, Hunter Commission, 1919. Indians members Chiman Lal, Harilal Sitalwad, Jagat Narayan, Sultan Ahmad Khan for Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Indemnity Act, aka Whitewashing Bill to protect white officers. All white 7 members Indian Statutory Commission, aka Simon Commission under Stanley Baldwin's prime ministership in 1928 for further constitutional advance. Lee Commission, Raj's failure to recruit enough British officers. Muriman Commission, deadlock with diarchic dispensation. Linlithgow Commission, crisis of Indian agriculture. Communal award by Ramsay MacDonald, 1932. Provided separate electorates to depressed classes and minorities. Irwin's Declaration, 1929 October. Dominion status promised by Irwin. Government of India Act 1935. All India Federation, bicameral legislature at the center, provincial autonomy, 3 lists for legislation, federal, provincial and concurrent, subjects divided into reserved and transferred at center level. Provincial legislators to be directly elected. Linlithgow announced August 1940, Dominion status as long-term objective. After the war, Constituent Assembly to be formed comprising mainly Indian minorities. Consent to be essential for any future development. Settlement. Cripps Mission, March 1942 by Stafford Cripps. Indian Union with Dominion status, with right to withdraw from Commonwealth. After war, a Constituent Assembly elected by provincial assemblies to frame constitution. Freedom to any province unwilling to join the Union to have a separate agreement with Britain. Defense of India remains in British hands. Wavell Plan, Shimla Conference, 1945. An all-Indian Executive Council except the Governor General and Commander-in-Chief. Equal representation for caste Hindus and Muslims. February 1946. Cabinet Mission. Pethick Lawrence, Stafford Cripps, A.V. Alexander. Rejection of Pakistan. Grouping of existing assemblies into 3 sections A, B, C. 3-tier executive and legislature at province, princely states and union level. Provincial assemblies to elect a constituent assembly. Common Center for Defense, Communications, External Affairs. Provinces to have autonomy and residual powers. Princely states free to have an arrangement with the successor government or the British government. In future, a province free to come out of the section or the union. Meanwhile, an interim government to be formed from Constituent Assembly. Attlee's Statement, February 1947. June 30, 1948, deadline for transfer of power. Power may be transferred to one center or to existing provincial governments. Mountbatten Plan, June 1947. Freedom with partition formula. Immediate transfer of power on the basis of grant of dominion status. Punjab and Bengal assemblies to take a decision on partition. Sindh to take its own decision. Referendum to be held in NWFP and Sylhet district. 2 dominions to be created if partition is to take place, with 2 constituent assemblies. Freedom to be granted on August 17, 1947. Indian Independence Act, July 5, 1947. British Parliament. Indian Independence Act based on Mountbatten Plan, implemented on August 15, 1947. Police Commission, 1860. Indian Police Act, 1861. System of Civil Constabulary. Inspector General, Deputy Inspector General and SP. 1902 establishment of CID, Criminal Investigation Department, in provinces and a Central Intelligence Bureau at center. Local bodies administration. Mayo's resolution of 1870, Ripon's resolution of 1882, Lord Ripon, father of local self-government in India. Royal Commission on Decentralization 1908. Government of India Resolution of 1915. Indian Factory Act 1881. Employment of children under 7 years of age prohibited. Working hours restricted to 9 hours per day for children. Indian Factory Act 1891. Butler Committee 1927. Trade Union Act 1926. Public Safety Ordinance 1929. Trade Disputes Act TDA 1929. Indian National Congress. Indian National Union by AOUM became INC. Indian National Congress. First session held at Gokuldas Tejpal Sanskrit College in 1885, Bombay. Attended by 72 people under W.C. Banerjee. 1886, Calcutta. Dadabhai Nauroji, merger of National Congress and National Conference. 1906, Calcutta, under Dadabhai Nauroji, Swaraj mentioned first time. 1907, session Surat split under Rajbihari Bose. Lucknow session 1916 under Ambika Charan Majumdar. Extremists readmitted to Congress. Muslim League and Congress joint demands under Lucknow Pact. 1916. Nagpur session 1920 under C. Vijaya Raghavacharya, Congress goal changed to attainment of Swaraj through peaceful and legitimate means. Congress Working Committee CWC of 15 members set up. Provincial Congress committees on linguistic basis. Lahore session 1929. J.L. Nehru adopted complete independence as goal. Launch a civil disobedience movement. January 26, 1930 celebrated as first Independence Day all over the country. Gandhi's 11 demands from government. Karachi session 1931. Under Vallabhbhai Patel, 2 resolutions passed: Fundamental Rights and National Economic Program. Gandhi said, Gandhi may die but Gandhism will remain forever. 1936, Faizpur. Jawaharlal Nehru session held in a village for the first time. 1938, Haripur. Subhash Chandra Bose. National Planning Committee set up under the chairmanship of Jawaharlal Nehru. Ramgarh 1940. Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. He declared at the session that the people of India would accept nothing short of complete independence. AIC meeting, Gwalior Tank, Bombay, August 8, 1942. Ratified Quit India resolution. Aruna Asaf Ali presided over Congress session on August 9 and hoisted the flag. 1890. Kadambini Ganguly, first woman graduate of Calcutta University, addressed Congress leaders. Addressed Congress. Safety valve theory by Lala Lajpat Rai, releasing the growing discontent of the Indians. Congress leaders used AOUM as a lightning conductor, said G.K. Gokhale. Conspiracy theory by R.P. Dutt. Swarajists C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru and Ajmal Khan wanted entry into legislative councils. No changers. C. Rajagopalachari, Vallabhbhai Patel, Rajendra Prasad opposed entry. 1922. C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru. Congress Khilafat Swarajya Party. Swarajist Party. Muslim League, December 1927. Delhi proposals. Made some demands to be in the draft constitution of Nehru report. Accepted. Made some demands to be in the draft constitution of Nehru report which were accepted. Jinnah's 14 points 1929 not accepted. All parties conference in February 1928 presided by M.A. Ansari. Nehru report 1928 by committee under Motilal Nehru, Tej Bahadur Sabru, Subhash Chandra Bose, M.S. Ane, Mangal Singh, Ali Imam, Shuab Qureshi, G.R. Pradhan. First Indian effort to draft constitutional scheme finalized by August 1928. It contained dominant status, not separate electorates, but joint electorates with reserved seats for minorities. Linguistic provinces. 19. Fundamental rights. Responsible government at center and in provinces. Responses of various groups. Nehru and Subhash Bose rejected report and set up Independence for India League 1928. CDM civil disobedience movement started on March 12, 1930 with Dandi March. December 31, 1929 on River Ravi. Newly adopted tricolor flag hoisted by Jawaharlal Nehru. First RTC November 1930. Chaired by Ramsay MacDonald. Delhi Manifesto November 1929. Put conditions for attending RTC. Gandhi-Irvin Pact February 1931 or Delhi Pact. Congress agreed to attend second RTC and withdraw CDM. Second RTC, September 1931, Gandhi, A. Rangaswamy Iyengar, and Madan Mohan Malviya represented Congress. Secretary of Madan Mohan Malviya represented Congress. Secretary of State for India, Samuel Hoare. Delhi, December 1931 to April 1934, second phase of civil disobedience movement. Third Round Table Conference, November 1932. 20th century, partition of Bengal, July 1905. Swadeshi movement started with passage of boycott resolution. Amar Sonar Bangla by Rabindranath Tagore. Swadesh Bandhab Samiti by Ashwini Kumar Datta. V.O. Chidambaram Pillai wrote Swadeshi Sangam. 1906, Muslim elites called Shimla deputation led by Aga Khan. Met Lord Minto and demanded separate electorates for the Muslims. Satyendra Sinha, first Indian appointed to Viceroy's Executive Council, 1909. Tilak's League, April 1916. Maharashtra, Karnataka, Central Provinces and Berar. 6 branches. Besant's League, September 1916, in rest of India had 200 branches. Gandhi Presidentship of All India Home Rule League renamed to Swarajya Sabha, 1920. Surendranath Banerjee established Indian National Liberal Federation. Communist Party of India CPI in 1920 in Tashkent, Uzbekistan by M.N. Roy, Abani Mukherjee. M.N. Roy first to be elected to lead the Comintern. Meerut conspiracy case. Communist leaders were arrested and tried at Meerut. All India Trade Union Congress, AITUC, 1920. Lala Lajpat Rai and Chaman Lal. Pakistan Resolution, Lahore, March 1940 by Muslim League. K. Kelappan, Vaikom Satyagrah. Bose, 1938. Separate Planning Commission for Women chaired by Lakshmi Bai Rajwade. Parallel government established at many places. Balia under Chittu Pandey, Tamluk under Jatiya Sarkar, Satara under Prati Sarkar. C. Rajagopalachari, formula. For Congress, League Cooperation, March 1944. League should immediately support independence for India and cooperate in interim government. After war, Muslim majority areas to exercise right to self-determination. In case of partition, Common Center for Defense, Commerce, Communication, etc. Bhulabhai Desai Liaquat Pact. Congress and League to have equal representation in central executive. 20% of seats reserved for minorities. S.C. Bose, political guru Chittaranjan Das. 1940, Bose established anti-compromise conference at Bose led anti-compromise conference at Ramgarh. July 1945, Labour Party government. Clement Attlee, PM, and Patrick Lawrence, Secretary of State for India. Red Fort trials, 1945. Prem Kumar Sehgal, Shah Nawaz Khan, and Gurbaksh Singh Dhillon.